I mean, I found one that I really liked. It was made in Australia. I don't know where I got it or if I got it by mistake, but I got three of them, and they were wonderful, and I've never been able to track it down since. So I have to say that I'm not a fan of some of the bars because see, I don't eat chocolate and I don't eat peanut butter, and most bars are made with peanut butter and chocolate. So that eliminates a lot of them for me. But, is there a time to reset? Is there, I mean, do people feel more like doing it in the spring and summer, and then when fall and winter comes, they get, oh, it's dark, it's depressing, I can't make any changes now? I mean, is there anything psychological about this?
I do think so. I mean, I started my first reset in November, and not this year, I mean, a long time ago when I did the first one. So that time was, I heard a lion roar inside of me and I was like, that's it. I've got to get it together. I'm slowly dying here. So my answer is don't wait, start today, but to answer your question, yes, I think more people are prone to want to reset their life when the weather changes, when it's a little warmer, like springtime, and they feel like going outside more, and then there's a different energy.
I do. And it's interesting because I am powered by the sunshine, and I do live in three sunshiny places. I live in Miami Beach, San Diego, and Palm Springs. And I find when it's a gray day because it's raining or whatever it happens to be, I do not have the same kind of energy that I do on a day when the sun is shining and it's bright and it's wonderful. And I go through the motions and I do what needs because I work out of habit and just having a schedule. But I do find that I work much better in sunny weather. So what are some of I mean, you've evidently worked with a lot of people. So do people hesitate to reset their lives because they don't want to face certain issues, or what have you found?
Yes, I do find that. And that's where that fear comes in. A lot of people are very comfortable in their comfort zone. So even if that comfort zone is them standing in, like, I sometimes say the hallway of hell, because you have to be in the hallway of hell before you're really going to walk out that door into the light. But sometimes they're more comfortable in what they know and what is familiar than the unknown. Because then it's like, well, this is kind of working. So even though it's not working, I know it. Where I don't know what to expect. And then what if I really fail? What if I start that business and it doesn't do good? And all the people that told me I was crazy to do it will be right. And that's the thing. So yes, people are afraid to get out of their comfort zone, but there's always that one tipping point that takes people over the edge, and then they really do try the reset. And I find that if people, like say you were remodeling your house and you still had to live in your house, you wouldn't want to do every single room at the same time, because then you would be living in complete chaos. It's the same thing for a reset. Do one room at a time so you can attack that room, clean it up, and then go to the next one. So if you start small and just take action steps, like you said, Dr. Gail, daily action steps, then it's not so fearful. And I feel like also, once, I know in my own experience, once you start to see positive results, you have the motivation to continue. But yes, people are afraid of change. They're afraid of failure. And I feel that sometimes that's where the procrastination for the reset takes place.
It's interesting that fear does play such a big part. I know that I've said certain things to my son, and he'll say, but Mom, look at what you've done here and there and everywhere. And when I stop and I look back, you don't have as much fear younger as you do as you get older, because I think you're aware of circumstances more and you realize what can go wrong. Yeah. And you look at things and you say, well, you know, I've been slapped on the face this way and I've been slapped on the face that way. So I'm just going to stay in my nice little cubby hole so that I don't really provoke anything or anyone. And so it makes it really difficult to step out of that little cocoon. But talk about some of the benefits that you have seen by people who are doing this.
Well, yes. And I do want to say this, though, because that's very interesting what you just said. And I love it, because the other side of that coin is, as we get older, yes, we do have more to lose. It's safer to stay in the cocoon. But because we've had life experience, we do know that there have been things you try and maybe you don't fail, or they work out, but not as how the story was in your head. And you're still alive, you're still standing, life is still going along, you know. So we need to embrace the courage to go for a reset. And the beauty of it is, you know, so many people have all these gifts and they're not writing that book that they should. Or, you know, one of the things I'll say is, like, maybe you want to start a cooking business, you know, maybe you would love to like bake cupcakes and become a pastry chef, but you have a job and you have a family to support. And I've seen people that have gone back to school at night. I mean, my dad was a person, I can talk about his reset, honestly. We always owned a restaurant, and he wanted to become a chef. Even though he owned the restaurant, he wanted to learn how to do it. And I watched him do that at 50 years old. And he went to school, ran the business, did not have a day off for probably like 2 years, but he did it and he loved it. And it was exciting to watch someone that you're very close with do a reset in front of you, because he had a different energy about him. He had happiness again. And it was really cool to see, you know, and it's inspiring.
Well, I think, you know, what you're saying, though, is he really loved what he was doing. And when you love what you're doing, you're excited about it. You know, you really are.
Absolutely. And, you know, in Sifu's practice, I've watched him, you know, just really help couples, you know, fall in love again, find their passion with each other again. He has amazing stories like that. And then another thing, you know, we have our digital show. So we just took someone through a 6-week transformation. And she was an incredible, and you can actually watch the whole season if you ever want to catch up with it on our YouTube channel. And she was someone who, her son had completed suicide. She had been divorced twice. She was really at rock bottom. And we took her through a 6-week transformation reset. And now she's a coach. She's a health coach. She started her business again. And she has happiness back in her life. And she did forgive a lot of people. That's the other thing about a reset, is we don't talk a lot about it enough, you know, with each other. But forgiveness is,
I totally agree. Totally agree with you, Jacqui. Forgiveness is everything.
Forgiveness is freedom.
To get in touch with you, because we want to make sure they know where to find you. So what is the best way to get in touch with you?
Well, I think the best way to get in touch with me is either my personal handles are Jacqui J. Phillips, and I'll spell it for you because Jacqui's different. It's JACQUIJ Phillips, PHILLIPS. Or you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and it's Reset You Today. And it's Reset You, the letter U, today. And yes, so forgiveness equals freedom, and then you'll fly. So that's really it. The biggest thing about Reset too is my biggest thing, and I believe it with all my heart, is that you can love the problem away. So with love, if you love what you do, you love yourself, you can love any problem away in your life.
Well, there you have it, folks. If you want to find Jacqui, it's JACQUIJ Phillips. And the reset handles are at, if you want to go to Twitter, it's at Reset You, the letter U, today. And the same on Facebook. It's Jacqui, Jacquij Phillips with 2 L's. And this has been delightful, Jacqui. We loved having you, and I hope everybody goes out and gets the book, Reset, and finds you on TV and on YouTube and everywhere else you are, because you're a gem, and we just enjoyed having you so much.
Oh, thank you so much, Dr. Gill. It was such an honor to be on your show. I'm a huge fan, so thank you, thank you, thank you.